Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of How Stories Work. Today, I want to talk about the brand new Charlie Brown special for Auld Syne, written and directed by my friend Clay Cadis. And the reason why I want to talk about this holiday special is because of this one question that I receive all the time. Everyone always asks me, "Hey, Jim, how can I use Dramatica or Subtext to write a short story?" And while this Charlie Brown special is not exactly short, it's around 50 minutes, it doesn't tell a complete story, but it tells enough of a story that you can use it as a model of what to do when you write a short story. The key thing that you always want to look for when writing a story are the two motivations that are driving the dramatic argument of your story. And if you go into subtext and you come down here into motivations, I have them all listed out here in pairs because these two work as pairs together. So you can see the Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman character in The Prestige. They're aligned against each other through ability and desire. In The Sixth Sense, the little kid and the Bruce Willis character, they're aligned against each other in an argument over actuality and perception. And then in Inception, we have Leo and his wife are aligned against each other in the dramatic argument over awareness and self-awareness. This unique pair of motivating elements is what you want at the center of your story, even if it's a short story. And in the Charlie Brown special that I just saw, the two key elements are way down here: expectation and determination. And if you look at the two central subjective characters in the story, you look at Lucy and you look at Charlie Brown, one of these elements is held by Lucy and one of the other elements is held by Charlie Brown. And if you know anything about Charlie Brown, you know that he's not about expectation. He's all about determination, that no matter what gets him down, he's always determined to see the good in things. And that's what makes him Charlie Brown. So he's in determination. Lucy is in expectation, and she has a lot of psychological problems having to deal with whether or not she is lovable. She has all these expectations of what needs to be done in order to be lovable that creates all the problems in the story. So when you have a short story, all you have to do is find what that pair of elements are at the center of your story, and then just write your story around it. And basically, that's all you need to do. Like I said, Auld Syne doesn't tell a complete story, yet it's very moving in that it does work against these two elements. In fact, if I go in here and I look at expectations specifically, and I look at expectation in a context of psychology, which is essentially what Lucy's problem is, she's not the only one. She expects her grandmother to come there. When she doesn't, she's totally hurt, and then she thinks it's because she's not lovable. Charlie Brown had all these expectations with his New Year's resolutions, so he had a problem with that motivating element. And then the dog character with the hat and the harmonica, he just wanted to get a decent picture with all the other dogs, and so he was working through expectation as well. And that's how you tie character to plot. There's no such thing as a character-driven story or a plot-driven story. The crossover point between character and plot is this pair. Not only is Lucy dealing with expectation personally as a problem, all those dark moments with just her, all those existential crisis sort of things, but then everybody else in the story tangentially is also dealing with their own versions of expectation, but more from an objective point of view. You're looking at them from afar. You're not really inside their head and dealing with what it is that they're dealing with. And so when you have a problem of expectation that's driving these characters, also driving Lucy, the solution to resolve everything is determination. And that's why at the end, when she finally determines, oh, it's me that's causing all the problem, I'm so sorry, that she apologizes for everything, she's determined that she's the cause as to why everything fell apart on New Year's Eve. It wasn't everybody else. She had all these false beliefs that she thought everybody was testing her and challenging her whether or not she was lovable, and she didn't trust anybody. She had all these kind of things going back and forth. But really what was driving her was this expectation. And so then at the end, the solution to her problems, the thing that resolves everything, is when she determines what's really behind it. And then the same thing works for Charlie Brown. He had all these expectations for New Year's resolutions. And then at the end, Lucy determines for him that his list for next year has already been taken care of. She uses her solution on him, and then his story is wrapped up. And then the dog character, I looked at it again. I forget why, but for some reason, all the dogs came back, and it's harder to get a hold of because they don't really talk. So I'm not really sure what you're going to do. but they're having fun. Maybe he's loosened up. He's abandoned those expectations. I'm not really sure what he's doing in terms of determination. There's something there at the bus stop. I'm not really quite sure what it is that he was thinking. Again, he's a dog. Don't know what's going on in his head. Overall, this Charlie Brown special is really heartwarming and really moving, even though it's only 50 minutes and even though it doesn't tell a complete story. So, really, all you need to know in order to write something meaningful are these two elements. Give one of these elements to one of your central characters, and then give the other element to the other central character, those two characters that have the two competing points of view. You put them together, and then you have enough conflict there to be able to tell a moving story. So that's it for how this story worked. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments below. And if not, I will see you next time.